When you talk about a medium shake roof, you're talking about the thickness of the shake, and a shake actually starts here and ends here. They're 24 inches long, and the way that they overlap each other, the water traffics down the keyways, and when we look for repairs, this particular roof will have to be blown off because it's got 7 years of tree debris in it. This is a light debris one. As you can see, just a little bit of the debris in the keyways, but we have to be able to see if this shake is worn out up here. And you can see just by moving it out with my finger that that's all wet in there. It's waterlogged, where out here it's all dry. Keeping the debris off your roof makes them last twice as long, just in the fact that you can get the debris out of there and it doesn't retain moisture. This is called a ridge cap, and these run along the top of your home. The wind works these ridge caps. As you can see, they're on the very top of roofs, and loosen them, and lots of times this is a nice tight ridge. This is loosening up just a little bit. We'll go along and bring them back together, and we'll put a nail here and a nail here. That's called a ridge tighten, and it allows you to keep your ridge from blowing off, because if one starts to go, this ridge actually goes back to here. It takes off a whole bunch of ridge. You end up losing a whole bunch of them, and then you get a leak. I wanted to show you what can vents are. This is a plastic can vent. It's letting the hot air out of the attic. On a traditional architectural shingle, composition shingle roof, you need to have one of these for every 200 square feet of attic space. As you can see, the code on this shake roof we put on 14 years ago is quite a bit less than that. I'm counting 1, 2, 3 in probably an area that if it were an architectural shingle, you'd have to have 2 to 3 times that many can vents. A shake roof, the way it's roofed, and the paper and the skip sheathing, it kind of lets air come through it, and you need to have ventilation, but definitely not as much as a solid decked, plywood decked composition roof. There's a bunch of pipes that come through the roof, and we check all those when we do roof maintenance. And this is a 3-inch pipe. It's ventilating a toilet in the house. It allows air to come in and displace water. So when you flush the toilet, air will be pulled into here so that the water can be discharged. This is a rubber seal around this pipe, and it keeps the water from getting to the roof. And if I can direct Peter up to the top here and zoom in a little bit, you can see that after some years the rubber seals get dry and they get a crack in them, and if that crack continues down the wall as the water comes down, it's going to go right into the house. These pipes are in the walls of your house next to your sinks and bathrooms, and so the problem with these is a lot of the times the water travels right down the pipe to your floor, and you get a dry rot bill down the road that you weren't expecting, because if they go right down to the floor under your vinyl or under something, they go undetected. Other times they go into the attic and make a left or right hand turn, a 90-degree turn, and then they'd get a drip off the bottom of that in the middle of a room somewhere, and you're wondering how that happened. Just a maintenance item that needs to be checked. Back on these vents, sometimes this happens to be a plastic one. At Roof Life, we don't use plastic ones, we use metal ones, because plastic, the sun, the UV, breaks down the plastic and they become really brittle. They also crack. This is not installed correctly here, but they also crack on the top side from aging and stress, and you'll get a pretty monumental leak when you have a cracked air vent. Water flowing down the shakes comes right in these cracks up here and come right into the house. So I want to talk about the chimney over here.